Howdy there, young'uns, Silver Mongoose here, back again for another vlog update kind of thing that I think I may do every now and then, just kind of to keep you up to date to what I'm thinking about doing next. And then also maybe just talk a little bit about my life. I don't know. I just felt like doing a video on the way home. I just got home about 5 minutes ago, and I thought I would just film something. It's the, what is it, like March 12th, perhaps? So depending on when I put this out, I may have already put out my next or last video, which is Silver and Turquoise Plays Power Rangers, the movie on Super Nintendo, Part 1. So that's the main reason why I wanted to talk to you, is because I feel like there's a bit of a fear on YouTube, not so much anymore, but there used to be a few years ago where a lot of people's channels were changing to Let's Play channels. And when I first started doing Silver and Turquoise videos, I guess it was a year and a half ago, about there was definitely a bit of backlash from that. I know they're not my popular type of videos. However, I like them. I think they were definitely fun to film, and they're more interesting to edit, and it's something that for me personally, I know I'm going to be watching these, 5-10 years down the road, and I'm going to be really happy that I did them. So that's why I do them, and if you guys like it, then that's great. So I am going to keep doing them. They're not going to go on forever because, well, to be honest, most of them were filmed, with the exception of a few later, were filmed within a couple months. So this summer will be 2 years ago. And I just edit them when I feel like editing them. They do take time, because they are often quite long. So that was the second point, that it's not going to replace my other videos, which I have mentioned before. But it's also not going to go on forever. But there are also a lot of videos. We probably filmed maybe 8 other videos. Some of them are much longer videos, some of them are much shorter. I know one is like 5 or 6 minutes. Another one we may have filmed for 3 hours, so those ones might be 10, 20 minutes long. The Power Rangers one is probably going to end up being a 2-parter of maybe 12, 15 minutes each, just because that's what I felt was best for that video. So, again, as I've mentioned before, if you watched one S&T Plays and you didn't like it, maybe try another one or two, even like the first couple minutes, because a lot of them have very different feels, in my opinion. Some of them are more about the gameplay, some of them are more about Turquoise and I just kind of talking, and there are videos that are going to be quite different. There's some that are very emotional, there's some of them that don't even involve video games, they might involve a certain card game. Some of them are on different systems, some of them, like I said, more gameplay. So just wanted to let you know that they are still going to come out. They're not going to replace other videos. Just every now and then I feel like editing them, because they're a good time for me. And yeah, it won't be, so maybe part 2, I'm not sure when that'll come out, but it'll probably be part 2 and then another type of video. I've been working on another buyer's guide / review video, which is why a lot of people subscribe to me, but they still don't get a lot of hits. Well, nothing really gets a lot of hits on my channel, but yeah, I've been really enjoying working on that too. And then maybe something a little bit shorter before that, like a Wii reviews video, which I'm not sure how people feel about the Wii review videos, which if you haven't seen, they're 2-3 minutes of reviewing a Wii game. And the idea is just to keep it quick and snappy, and I just say, hey, this is what I like about this game. If you like these types of games or movies or something, you might also like this game. And that's the gist of it. It's about 2-3 minutes long, most of them. So, yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing with the channel. And the other thing was that I wanted to say, yeah, I expected all these things to be out earlier, as you always do. Stuff comes up. I've been going to a lot of shows and festivals and things, and just enjoying life while I can before I get into the big summer rush. And then also, Zelda came out, and man, that is an experience. So I'm gonna say, if you write no spoilers. No spoilers. I consider anything that's not in the first reveal trailer from, I think, 2015, maybe even 2014, that's a spoiler for me. That includes items, characters, things you can do. Those are all spoilers for me. So if you want to talk about Zelda in the comments, that's cool, but try not to say anything that's what I'm not going to talk about. And if you're like me and consider almost anything a spoiler, then you may not want to watch a little bit of what I'm going to say. But essentially, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a cross between Shadow of the Colossus and Twilight Princess and Skyrim, and with a little bit of Wind Waker thrown in there too. And honestly, I don't think it's not a very good Zelda game. It's a great game, but it's not a Zelda game. It took me 5 hours to find a rupee. Like, it's maybe it gets more Zelda-y kind of further on. Part of the issue might be that a lot of people are reporting that it takes you about 32 hours to beat the game. I'm on hour 34, and I've explored maybe like one tenth of the map, maybe even less than that. It's probably less, probably closer to 1/15th, 1/20th, and I've seen probably 1/10 of the story. So I'm definitely the kind of person that is doing the whole, I want to go to that mountain, and then I walk to that mountain, which is amazing. That this game, for the most part, is very seamless. There's almost no loading times. The downside of that is anytime you go into a village, the frame rate just drops pretty bad, at least on the Wii U version, which is the version I'm playing because I got it for 55 Canadian dollars, and I don't want to spend, $600 to play it on the Switch. I'm in no rush to get a Switch personally, just like I wasn't in a rush to get the Wii U. I ended up getting it down the road when there was a sale or a special edition or something, which is probably what I'm going to do with the Switch. But yeah, Zelda, not a great Zelda game. They could have called it, something completely different, like Awakening Adventure or something, and I would have loved it just as much, maybe even a little bit more, honestly. So far, I haven't run into any dungeons. You get tons of items and powers right at the beginning of the game. This is very, very much not like a Zelda game. Maybe it feels like it later. And again, that's not really a complaint. I'm just saying, if you're on the fence about buying this game because A, you love Zelda games, or B, you don't love Zelda games, if you're kind of on the fence, that may kind of tip things for you. And the frame rate issues it's an issue for me. It does take me out of the game, but I can't do anything about it. All I can do is write Nintendo a stern letter telling them I'm disappointed in them. But other than that, I can't really do anything about it. If it was something that was like screen tearing, then I would just outright not buy the game. But I did pre-order this game, 2 years ago, and which is why I got such a good deal on it. And honestly, I'm loving it outside of that. I just love the feeling it has with, I want to look at that cool little thing over there, and then you paraglide over to that thing, and you see something else, and you want to go to there, and there's a new enemy. Maybe that enemy's too strong. You have to be really strategic with your fighting. But yeah, there's no like heart pieces or rupees don't really matter so much in the game, and it's not a Zelda game. And some people might disagree with that, but don't disagree about it by providing evidence that it's like a Zelda game in the comments, because then I'll have to delete that comment and possibly block you, because spoilers for Zelda games are a big deal for me, so no spoilers. So I wanted to blab on for a few minutes saying that, my last video is an S&T Plays. If you don't like those videos, maybe check out one or two. If you just outright hate them, that's cool too. I'm perfectly okay with that. Just don't watch them. And there will be more at some point in the future. The next one might be in another year or two. But it's definitely not going to take over my channel. I am working on other videos. And just let me know. I don't know. I feel like I have to have a question at the end. It's like a thing in all videos. You have to say, write something in the comments below. Give me your opinion on blank. Maybe just let me know if you're playing Zelda at all, and if you like it or not, and if you have a Switch, how you like your Switch, or just what else you're playing in general, or what you want out of my channel. Just really anything. I like interacting with you guys. So post something in the comments below. That would be cool. So this has been Silver Mongoose Videos. Remember, classic gaming never gets old. Woo! One take.